Hey scrappy friends, welcome back. So today's layout is for the Hey Little Magpie creative team. I'm going back to Where To Next from Vicki Boutin, just having a look through my stash and what I want to scrap today. So that's what I'm going to be using this month. Now, the photo is from 1998, family holiday to the Algarve. It's a photo of just me. So yeah, it's a young, and I wish I was still as the weight I was when I felt fat at that age. Let's put it like that. So before I get going, if you're not already a subscriber, please think about hitting that subscribe button, and if you enjoy the video, please give it a like and let me know in the comments what you enjoyed. Not sure what to say, then pop an emoji for the sake of engagement. Let's get scrapping. Okay, so this is the photo. It's rather young 23-year-old me in what was my favourite t-shirt. My locket that I got for my 18th. And I'm in the little restaurant that's in the hotel that we were staying at in the Algarve. And the photo is one that was found, some films, camera and some films that my dad had that was found after he passed, that hadn't been developed. And my sister-in-law took them to be developed, and this was one of the photos. So I'm going to scrap that. I was thinking of cutting the photo down, and then I was just having a look through the embellishments from Where To Next, and I rather like this, and I rather liked this. So I was like, well, that's okay. So I won't like cut it down, but I was still going to trim it here. And then what I wanted to do is I wanted to do an embellishment cluster that I fixed together with a wax seal, and then we've also got a tag, you know, naked tags needing a cover on the hole. So actually I thought I don't need to cut the photo down, because I can just have my embellishment cluster on the side of the photo that I was going to trim away. So I'm thinking something like that with a wax seal here. So I'm just going to stick them together so that we've got an idea of what I want to do, and then we'll do the wax seal. This is going to be something like that. Okay, so let's have a look at seals. So I've got this nice beachy one I've never used, and there's also this camera one that I love. So they're options. I'm not going to use one with a word, because it's, you know, putting a collection of embellishments together that's got a word on it already. We do have the geotag, which I've used a lot, and I could maybe do that 2-colour. I've not done that 2-colour yet, so I might do the geotag. And we've also got the geometric heart. My other camera, that's my favourite of the cameras. I'm going to do the geotag. I know I've used it a lot, but I like the idea of trying the geotag with 2 colours. So let's get the waxes out. Oh, actually, have I already got a geotag or a camera that'll go with this? No, I'm going to do one. Let's get the wax stuff out, and I'll be right back. Okay, just while all that's heated up, I'm just coming in to show you that I'm using the gemstones, and I thought these were not too far off that. So I'm going to pop 4 of these in here, and I thought I'd go with, I want it quite a contrast that's going to be, because I'm going to go with these kind of bronzy, I'm not quite sure what colour that is, copper. Okay, so we're just going to let them melt and let the palette knife and the stamp heat up as well. Okay, so what I thought is I am going to stick, because I'm doing this two coloured, I'm going to stick it after the fact. So we are going to pour the wax onto the geotag and scrape off what I don't need. And it gives us this. I'm just going to tidy that up. Oops. Okay, and then we're just going to pop that there a minute to cool. We are going to wipe the bottom of the spoon. Okay, so there's the geotag, the copper. And then we are going to do, this is overheated, so this is going to go quite far. So I'm just being careful how I put it down into it, because it is going to sink quite far and it's going to spread quite far. Right, I'll be right back when that's cooled down. Okay, here we go. Oh, this might not have cooled enough yet. No, it's still quite warm. I'm going to leave that a bit longer. Okay, let's see. So if you take it out too soon and it's still too hot, then you'll lose your image. But there you go. Okay, let's get that on a page. Okay, so I'm going to do the embellishment in fast forward. So I'm just using my repositionable adhesive there just to stick everything together. It's just what I had to hand there with that tape runner I've got. I've decided to move those little paper clip piece, the Love This, down to the cluster in the bottom, and oh, this is my bright idea. So I decided that what I want to do is, you know, craft knife challenged me, you know, not very good with a craft knife. Decided I wanted to cut into those flowers a bit to tuck the photo in. So this is a do as I say and not as I did moment. Do not draw your pencil line on top of the flowers that you're cutting into, because it's going to end up on top of your photo. Yeah, I forgot that my photo is tucking under these flowers, so you are going to see where I drew the outline to put my photo. So I cut around there, and then I'm like, oh, I need to rub that out, don't I, because it's over the photo. Silly me. So once I've tucked the photo in, I'm happy with that flat to the page because it's going to be tucked in. And I want this embellishment cluster up on 3D foam, so I've got a bit of a shadow and a bit of, you know, dimension to the page. And yeah, happy with that there. So I kind of commit pretty early on with this is where the photo's going. That's the idea for the page. That's how it started. I'm just going to leave it and then stick these on. I use the double-sided 3M glue disc, double-sided adhesive discs from Helen Magpie to stick my geotag wax seal onto that cluster as well. So it looks like it was all brought together with the wax seal. Okay, so I'm just deciding what I want to do in the top corner, because the top corner is quite it's not plain because of the flowers, but it doesn't feel balanced with the bottom cluster being quite heavy. So I thought of matting it with another piece and folding the top of the page over, and then I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to rip it and turn the paper over. So then, because ripping it and turning the paper over does mean that it needs to come in a little bit, I think it's 1/4 of an inch off each side. Yeah, so the page, this piece ends up being 11 and a half square, and then I mat it onto a piece of American Crafts black textured cardstock, and then, you know, that piece of ripped out, fits quite nicely then. I was just trimming off there when I've trimmed the manufacturer strip off the paper. It's looks, you know, perfectly fine on this A side, but on the B side you still got a little tiny bit. So when I've turned that paper over, I've just trimmed that very tiny little edge off. So just centering it on a piece of black cardstock, making sure I'm happy it's straight enough, and then popping these in behind. You'll notice in a bit when I start embellishing that top corner that I regret putting adhesive right up to the edge, because you'll see me there trying to pull it up and curl it a little bit. I give up to begin with, and then I'm like, no, I'm going to put some embellishing up there, so I really need that to come up. So I do go back in and start lifting it all up to tuck some stickers under it. So I do a lot of layering with some stickers, and also some of the papery and die cut ephemera pieces up at this top corner. Just going through the stickers here. I have an idea of what I want to do around the photo, which I completely end up not doing because I'm just being lazy and couldn't bother getting me dies out to cut a label. I wanted a label, and I'd used all the ones on the sticker sheet and the sticker book, and yeah, I just couldn't be bothered stopping getting the dies out to cut a label. That's so bad. So I put that sticker of that little plane coming out that cluster, just add to that cluster, and I really like that. And just adding some of the smaller 3D foam pads under that corner of the cluster to keep it lifted. I then going through the die cut pieces, just trying to find bits to add to this cluster in the top right, and just rearranging where things are. There is actually that acetate paperclip piece that was on the top right of the photo is now in that top cluster, so I have moved that, and I do add more yet to that cluster. Ends up with quite a bit in there. I'm just thinking about adding a word for a title and decide, actually, you know what, I'm quite happy with that escape across the bottom of the photo. So yeah, happy with that. This photo, actually, I just remember my dad took this. I know I said it was a film that was found after he passed, that he'd hadn't had developed, but this actually was taken by my dad. He was, you know, a good photographer, and it's where I've got my love for photography from, is my dad. I still have his really old camera that is older than my oldest brother, who is nearly 60. So I still have that camera. So yeah, just decided I need to go further in with these flowers. This is an old ephemera pack that I had in my stash. Had some little bits that I wanted to add to this. You know, there's plenty, there's tons of ephemera in Where To Next, and I absolutely could have used some of that. It's just this was lay on top of my Where To Next box, and I just, you know, dug into it. So adding this happiness in next to the photo, and I do grab, as you can see, my self-healing mat and just stick that under the corner. I know I have a smaller cutting mat somewhere I could have done this with. I just couldn't find it. I've actually cut about 5 minutes out trying to find it and then ended up coming in with my great big A3 one. So yeah, I did that there. That does move, that happiness. It's like a Instax, isn't it? Polaroid frame. So that does end up moving, and I do take that vacation back off again because it's I get I know it's a you know, that everybody know what I mean if I put it on there. I do, because it's not necessarily a phrase we use that much in the UK. Although we know what it means and some people may use it, I just feel weird putting phrases on my layouts which are things I wouldn't say. So I definitely wouldn't say vacation. I might say vacay and I might say staycation. You know, if this was a holiday in the UK somewhere, but I wouldn't say vacation. So I just felt weird and using that, and didn't add it on. So yeah, just as said, that happiness didn't stay there. I have used it, popped a journaling card there, which is from one of the cut parts from Where To Next, and moved the happiness to the top. There is like a little slip as well that I put above the photo. I'm going to pop my date and where we are on that, and just again add into this collection at the top. That big aeroplane is from the papery piece, and there's another piece there, the globe with the wings, you know, the like the pilot symbol. I've tucked that in. That's from the die cut ephemera. So just coming in with wet glue and just sticking those pieces where they are to, you know, make sure
have them reasonably in a similar place to where I meant them to be. And oh yeah, you can see I've put a pennant banner there as well, coming down from that embellishment cluster in the top. We are nearly done. So thanks so much for watching. I said at the beginning, please like and subscribe. Check out the other videos on the channel from the rest of the creative team. We don't all do videos, but there is quite a number of us that do. And also the Hey Little Magpie Instagram and Facebook groups where you can find all the creations from all the team. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Have a great day. Bye bye.